Hi guys, this is your girl Sonja with She Say Sports, the She Say She Said moment. So as you know, we're in the fourth week of the NFL season, and last week we had we had a few quarterbacks that have injuries. We got Cam Newton out for 4 weeks with his arm. We have Drew Brees out for the season with his thumb. He actually had surgery on last Wednesday. We got Big Ben out, I believe, with his UCL for the season. And, of course, Terry Bridgewater filled in on yesterday as starting quarterback, and he did a great job for the Saints. They actually won the game. So I think they're pretty decent. However, we still have Colin Kaepernick out here looking to get a job, looking to be signed on a team. And, you know, they would prefer either getting mediocre, and when I say they, I mean the teams, the NFL owners, whoever is trying to keep Kaepernick from playing professional football ever again. He is ready to play. A lot of people may think because he received the $70 million settlement, and it was a settlement, but it was it was back pay that was owed to him. So he still wants to play. It was not a settlement. It was not a settlement for him to not play football anymore. Let's pay you out and you be done with us. No, that was back pay for him. However, some also may think that he's not in shape, he's not ready. Well, that is definitely not the case. Kaepernick works out 5 days a week. He wakes up at 5 a.m. every morning and does a minimum of 3 hours. So you've heard the saying, be ready so you don't have to get ready. Well, he's ready, and he never stopped being ready. He has constantly continued to stay in shape, to do drills, to eat correctly, and be ready to play football. Now, it has been said that he is not just open to being a starting quarterback. He's open to also being a backup quarterback. He loves the game. He just wants to come back on the field and play. He's a star. And it has been said that his agent has reached out to the Steelers, to the Saints, as well as the Redskins. They also need a quarterback. And the Steelers told them that they were not interested. The Saints never got back to him, but apparently they don't need him. And the Redskins never got back to him. I don't know what is going to happen next and how they're going to work this out, but the man is ready to play. I don't know what the NFL, the coaches, or the owners are trying to prove, not letting him play again. There was never a mandate in the NFL for anyone to kneel during the anthem. You know, the basketball has that in place. They have a mandate in place, and I know that for sure because I sing the national anthem for the Dallas Mavericks. I've been doing it since 2006, and since the situation with Kaepernick and the NFL has happened, they have made sure that was in. And when I get emails from the Mavericks, they letting me know of my games that I have to sing. They put information down there, and I don't want to go into detail, but for the most part, I cannot kneel during the anthem if I'm going to sing it. And so there was never a mandate. So, again, I don't know what they're trying to prove, but they are definitely trying to keep him from ever playing professional football again in the NFL. Either way, I wish him well. I'm a Kaepernick fan. I've actually always been a fan of his, and he's a stand-up guy, and I wish the best for him. The Tennessee Titans retired Steve Mcnair as well as Eddie George's numbers at their first home game 2 Sundays ago. And as you know, Steve Mcnair, he passed away in 2009. It's been actually 10 years now, and that's hard to believe that it's been that long. But they retired number 9. From my understanding, it was a very emotional moment for his family, his teammates, and his friends. And I'm sure that was a major honor for his family, for the Titans to retire his number. I'm sure that was an honor for his family, for the Titans to acknowledge him and honor him by retiring his number. And Alcorn State University, which is Steve's alma mater, they are following suit. And they are going to do the same thing on October 26th at the game against Southern University in Lorman, Mississippi. It's going to be a 3-day event, and Eddie George will be there for the ceremony of the retiring of Steve's number, as well as being a host at a fundraiser gala that weekend. Even though I bleed blue, I am a Jackson State Tiger till the end. I'm also a SWAC fan. I love the SWAC, and we do our verbal banter with the different schools or however in the SWAC. However, when it comes to something like this, we come together. And I actually knew Steve personally. He was not a friend. He was an associate, and he was a great guy. He was a cool dude, and I enjoyed, the couple of times that we had our encounters, at different games or whatever. However, I plan to be there on the 26th to witness his number being retired. I think it's a great thing. I wish his family well. I hope they continue to heal from the pain of him being gone. Last but not least, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown has been in the news quite a bit the last few weeks. As you know, he pulled a stunt against the Raiders because he wanted to be released. To me, it was unprofessional and unethical for him to release the tapes of him and his former coach from the Raiders having a conversation. And, he got released. He got what he wanted. He wanted to play for New England Patriots, and he got what he wanted for a week. As you know, the New England Patriots, they released him on Friday. And it was due to the off-field allegations, sexual allegations that he has been dealing with since he left the Raiders. He's a second woman has come and also said that he has sexually assaulted her as well. As you know, on last week, after she said that, she accused him of the same thing, he actually texted this woman. I don't know what's going on with Antonio, but, sir, that's record. Even though he didn't say anything too crazy to her in the text, she said she felt threatened, and she could very well have felt threatened. I don't think it was a good idea for him to do that. I think, and I'm sure that his attorneys, as well as his agent probably told him to not contact either of the ladies, and apparently he didn't listen. So he has been released, and I read that, the $30 million that he's had 2 $30 million contracts. First of all, do they have any more? Because I'm needing one of those contracts. I mean, they just throwing out $30 million contracts like it's nothing around here. And so it would be great to have one myself. But I heard the $30 million contract that he had with the Patriots, he was supposed to get the first $9 million this Monday. Well, they released him on Friday, and he won't get that $9 million, from my understanding. And between the time, this season, since this season has started, from him leaving the $30 million on the table with the Raiders and being released before they can get the $9 million to him today, which I'm sure they did that. That was strategic. He's only made $153,000 and some change. And to common folk like me, $150,000 for the year, and that's pretty decent. I mean, I can do quite a few things with $150,000 a year. But coming from a player who was making millions of dollars and, being able to do whatever you want to do, well, he's not getting that money. Over the weekend, Antonio tweeted that he would not be returning to the NFL. I don't think he went into detail, but they probably don't want him back because of the antics that he's done for in the last year or so. It's been really ridiculous. Great player, but your attitude is a little bit too much. And it's not just his attitude, but it comes with the attitude. The things that he's been doing, the antics, that's not cool. And if they allow him to get away with stuff that he's been doing, it will continue. Other players possibly think they can pull those antics that he did with the Raiders to go to another team they want to go to. That's not the way you handle that. And I really hate that for him because, again, he's a great player and could have continued having a very fruitful NFL career, even possibly being inducted into the Hall of Fame. But, we may never know. And, will he come back to the NFL? He said he's not, so I don't know. Today he tweeted that he enrolled into college again. I think it's Central Michigan. And, I don't think he said what degree or, what his major was going to be. But that's a positive move. That's a good thing. Education is very important. And I think that's a good thing for him. Maybe it'll help him get focused. Maybe he can stay conditioned and possibly come back to the NFL after he has, calmed down, maybe got some counseling, because you're the common denominator. You've been to 3 teams within the last year, so it's not them. It looks like you may be the problem. And even if he's not the problem, when you do certain stuff, to add fuel to the fire, like texting the alleged victim, that's not a good thing. And he really needs to surround himself with some true friends and not just yes men. So, I'm sure as the weeks go by, the story will continue to develop. And I would like to I want to sit down with Mike and talk about this, because just bouncing stuff off him, it will be fun for one, and it will be very informative for both of us. And it just be I'm gonna try to make that happen this week. That's all I have for you today with She Say, She Said moment. Until next time, this is Sonja Stamps with She Say, She Say Sports.